And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of ESL Open Cup Americas, number 195. I'm, of course, your host, ZvP, and with me, I'm joined by my lovely plushies, my lovely people in the chat as well, as we get into our first series of the tournament. Again, the event has been going on for about an hour or so, but we usually miss the first hour. We're in bed, but we wake up ready to go for the next round. And up first we have Wayne versus RockEr in a European versus North American showdown. Here we go. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Equilibrium, we have the red Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the green Protoss player representing Team Ghost with the American Protoss. It is RockEr. Oh boy, here we go. Again, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. We will be going over the brackets momentarily after this series. But yeah, we do have quite a number of matches that are currently underway, and our focus, our attention is on these two players, and I am excited. Again, we were lucky enough to cast Wayne last night. We casted Wayne versus Björn. For those of you who were here for it, for OSC King of the Hill, we are bearing witness to something interesting. Wayne is going to be going for a pool first. Okay, so coming into this, both these players, or at least RockEr, has a big reputation in the NA region. He, like some of the other NA Protosses of the GM level, is incredibly aggressive and incredibly cheesy, but RockEr is going Nexus first before Gateway. Okay, it's a Nexus first into a Forge. I mean, okay, so a couple of things. He already scouted the pool first, so he knows that Lings are going to be coming out a little bit faster, that Queens are available a little bit faster as well, so bold move here to go for this kind of opener, but I believe the cannon should be done in time for the first couple of Lings. Wayne was forced to take the unnatural. Natural didn't take the gold on Equilibrium, did take just the linear third base instead. And here we go, the Lings are on the way. Is going to be 6 Lings here from Wayne, zooming across the map as we speak. Meanwhile, back at home, RockEr should end up getting a cannon in time. There we go, cannon is thrown down. This wall is looking a bit exposed, but I believe the wall should be done, as in we should be able to fully wall off here by the time Lings arrive. And there we go, we do have a full wall off from RockEr. A Forge and 2 gateways. Here we go, the Nexus is done. RockEr can be greedy behind this. Lings are going to be able to chip away at the center gateway, but this cannon should finish up in time and is within range to protect the cannon, so to protect the gateway against all of these Lings. God, that was the second gateway. That's now is a Cybercore. A very late Cybercore here from RockEr because of the opener, because of the Gate Forge, which means the tech is going to be delayed. I'm imagining a Stargate. I wouldn't be surprised if RockEr were to go into Skytoss from here. That would all make sense, but it's RockEr, so he doesn't always make sense. He there is sometimes logic behind the madness, but not always, not always. As the pylon is going to be going down, Wayne just looking to take his third base, getting his gases as well. He does get 100 gas for Ling speed, but from here, Wayne is just going to be droning on up, and yep, there we go, is going to be a Stargate. And I imagine we're going to be seeing more than one. Yep, it is going to be +1 air attack, and ooh, okay, it is going to be +1 air attack, and we should be seeing a second Stargate momentarily. Again, I do think that, I mean, coming into this map and coming into this series, when I look at Equilibrium, I do feel like this is going to be a good map for something like Skytoss. I do think there are certain advantages that you can, or there are certain features of the map that you can take advantage of just because of the short rush distance by air. The short rush distance in general. As the Adepts do make their way across the map, and they will commit to the shade. Ooh, but the Lings are waiting for them, and they will go down. They do get eyes on the Evo chamber. Lack of lair. Oh, and they don't get anything done. Meanwhile, Void Rays on the way. We don't commit to a fleet beacon this early on. RockEr just going to be focusing on getting their workers up and running. And RockEr goes for the gold. Okay. Huh. Well, I mentioned earlier again that RockEr would be a joy to watch. And we are going to be going for the gold base. We have cannons on the way, shield batteries as well to protect said gold. I wonder if Wayne is going to check. I wonder if Wayne is familiar with the... I mean, Wayne is taking his own gold, so, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough in regards to that. Bailey Nest is thrown down, so it's going to be a Ling main composition here from Wayne for the time being. Okay, this is the most interesting thing about this opener here from our Protoss player, is because the Cybercore is thrown down a little bit further back next to the Nexus, Wayne actually can't see that it's researching. Wayne actually cannot see the +1 air attack or the lack thereof. I mean, soon he's going to notice that there's no warp gate, I guess. I guess there is that at least, but here we go. Fleet beacons on the way. Twilight Council as well. With the fleet beacon, we gain access to carriers, and we can soon throw down a Stargate as well. But +1 area is done, and if Wayne clicks on these Void Rays, he will know. Like, the Void Rays, they do reveal themselves, and if you click on them, you do see the upgrades upon them as well. So I wonder if this is intentional. There we go. I was going to say that I wonder if we are going to just be staying on one Stargate and just try to fake out, like, a proper Skytos transition. But a second Stargate gets thrown down, which means carriers are soon to be on the way. We go for a Twilight Council and additional gateway, so we are going to be having a ground army to support as Lings come in, and Lings do scout the gold. Ooh, speaking of the gold, RockEr finding some damage here. Drones do go down. How many in total? 5 workers in total. We tried to prismatic alignment down this hatchery, but the queens get here just in time. The hatchery will survive. Likewise, Bailings are on the way. I appreciate the gold, I appreciate the side defense, but with these Bailings finishing up, yeah, we're going to be waddling on forward. We force a cancel on the 4th base. RockEr does pull back in time, but will lose control of this Nexus. Cannons are going down, and this base will fall. And unfortunately, there's nowhere for these probes to go. That's the real... No, don't come back. The probes have nowhere to go, and they will all fall here. A big loss for RockEr. I mean, the Void Rays do keep some of them alive. Let's have a look. Only 5 probes went down. As a reminder, this is a full wall off, so if RockEr loses control of this Nexus, I mean, they can't go anywhere. The probes, there's no safe location for them to wander. And the Lings, they just keep on flooding in. Take down the cannons, the shield batteries. A decent drone drilling is going to be going on, but alas, it is not enough. Every probe goes down. The carrier has arrived, but behind this, Wayne is going for a Hydra Den. Ling Bane Hydra, the composition of choice here from Wayne. And the reality is that there just aren't enough carriers to really pose a threat to the Hydras. You need around like 6 carriers to overwhelm and overcome Hydras. But like carriers in low numbers can be dealt with by a mass Hydra army. I should caveat that with saying that, you know, I'm talking about mass Hydra, and that's all that we're making. All that we are making for Wayne. Meanwhile, RockEr, he wants to try to retake this gold. Behind this, we don't really have anything to support. We have 6 gateways here. Templar Archives about to finish off a Storm for Archons. That will help support this army. Meanwhile, RockEr hasn't scouted. He doesn't know if a Spire is on the way or if a Hydra Den is on the way. RockEr, he doesn't know. But Storm is in production. That will help against the Hydras. But I feel like Wayne is going to hit first. He's going to hit hard. Hydras are in production. Baneling's going to be waddling in as well. We do have Baneling speed. +2 melee. Storm still only halfway done, and here we go. The Hydras are going to be waddling on 4. They get under the carrier. The first carrier goes out. We can focus down the cannons and everything else. The Banelings are rolling in. They roll on in. High Templar force the morph into Archons. And even the interceptors are being focused on at this point. There's just too much DPS. The carriers fall, and there's nothing else here. GG gets called, and Wayne takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. RockEr trying to be a little bit cheeky with his playstyle, with his build. The opener was really intriguing to me. The opener was really interesting. The fact that he went Nexus first into a Forge upon seeing the spawning pool, the pool first opener. It was interesting to me. It definitely was interesting, but yeah, overall, obviously, Wayne was able to respond quite well. Was able to take advantage of how defensive his opponent was being, and yeah, GG, well played. Wayne does take the first game, and we'll be fixing up some of this. There we go. Do head into game number 2. Head into that second game. And I also appreciate as well, something that I'm sure you've noticed, is that these games are being played on the new patch and on the new map pool. The new map pool is upon us here in ESL Open Cup Americas. Again, still the the patch itself is still not quite live over on the European and Korean servers, but will be live momentarily, I'm sure. Over the next couple of days, should be back, or should be up to date. Until then, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have the Red Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle, up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Protoss representing Team Gosu. It is RockEr. And this time, Wayne goes for a hatch first. Here we go, a hatch gas pool here from Wayne. Do love to see it. A much more economic opener this time, and it makes a lot of sense. Fun fact, last game when Wayne went for a pool first, it actually didn't really do anything, if you remember, that because of the cannon, because of the forge. He's doing it again. RockEr going for a Nexus first, and I imagine it's going to be into a forge. So kind of like a forge fast expand sort of build here, bearing in mind that this is a hatch first. So in the previous game, Wayne was behind. Wayne did fall behind because he went pool first. He invested into 6+ lings and they did nothing. This time it's hatch gas pool. Wayne isn't going to overmake lings, and he won't waste them, as they can't do anything this game because there's nothing to kill, because of the wall, because of the cannon. So a nice adaptation here out of Wayne, being much more economic. Oh, but we are going to be threatening a very real cannon rush. Oh my god. Kind of real. I mean, Forge is done, yes. And will we commit? We do commit to the cannons. Cannons are going to be thrown down, but the boys have been pulled. A very serious reaction here from Wayne. And he has pulled enough workers. I believe that this initial cannon shouldn't, sorry, this pylon shouldn't quite finish, but the cannon will. Or will it? Second cannon on the way, but good surface area on it as well. As Wayne does get on top of the cannon on the low ground, forces a cancel, gets a kill on the probe. And Wayne will be losing some workers. Oh, one drone goes down. But the spine crawlers will finish, and they will deal with this one cannon. Oh. It looks like we realize that we don't need 2 spine crawlers, so 1 spine crawler is enough. And this cannon will go down. So really cool, calm, and collected. Very nice handling here of the situation. Looking at the units lost tab. 1 drone for 2 pylons, a cannon, and a probe. Not quite worth it for RockEr. He did force lost mining time, to be fair. There was a lot of lost mining time. And RockEr does take a worker lead. So after all said and done, after the dust does settle, RockEr, he's in a pretty good economic position. The downside is his tech. The downside, oh, as he does push himself out of the wall. Love to see it. But the downside here is that his Cybercore is delayed and his Stargate is also delayed. Meanwhile, Probe does push itself out of the natural base, and we are going for a hidden Nexus. Where are we headed? We are going for... Okay, we're going for this base here. This is an interesting base. There is a gold. Technically, there is a gold mineral patch. And I believe... Yeah, okay, so these patches, there are only 3 patches, but the patches themselves actually have a lot more minerals than is normal. So you can see, compared to... I don't know, might... There we go. Compared to this, yeah, we have 1,800 minerals on both of these patches, and then we have the gold patch as well, also with 1,800. The gold patches, I should say, is there are 3 in total. So yeah, it's kind of like a half-rich base, which is interesting, an interesting concept. A little bit more valuable, and RockEr is taking it. Let's go. Oh, is he gonna get scouted? Uh-oh. Overlord is on the way, but it looks like it should not see this base. And I'm loving it. We are going for charge. Okay, we're going to be going for charge and +1. We're not going for Sky Toss this time. Taking advantage of these gold patches. I'm all for it. As we do recall over towards our ninja base. Cannons, shield batteries, gases are being taken. Aesthetically, I would have liked 1 rich resting gas geyser. Just 1 though. As back at home, Wayne is just saturating his base. Is interesting. We're going for +1 range. 4 roaches. We're not investing into melee upgrades this time. Lings do check the wall. They confirm that the forge is upgrading. Big scout. With that, Wayne should be reading ground toss. Oh, the Lings, they edge ever closer. They confirm the Cybercore researching, but they do spot the revelation of a warp gate. So again, should be ground toss. The Overlord dives in as well, does confirm the additional gateways and the tech as well. Twilight Council, more gates on the way. This is looking to be an 8 gates all in. Oh, meanwhile, Wayne, he found the gold. Or he found the ninja. He has found the hidden base. Roaches are rotating around. Just taking it. It's actually 9 gates. So it's going to be not an 8 gate, but a 9 gates all in. The Zealots have arrived. They take down one of the queens. But we walk into a wall of roaches. That's something to bear in mind, is that Wayne, he only turned up to 50, only 50 workers. Did not oversaturate his bases, or did not overdrone his third. Take this very seriously. Good target firing on that 1 sentry. I love that we're leapfrogging forward here with this creep. With these overlords. And I just don't think RockEr has enough here. Like, charge is done, +1 is done, yes. There's just so much extra DPS here. We do have to respect the overcharge. Overcharge is popped, and the cannon will remain alive. As Zealots do push on 4, they take down the wave of Zealots. There's more Zealots on the way. At the same time, we do have a big counterattack. Catching that 3rd base. But the reinforcements deal with it. Roaches arriving. It looks like here on the front lines, Wayne is being forced back. But only for a moment. And now Wayne can focus on his push. He can focus on getting on top of these stalkers as well. Expensive losses here for RockEr. Cannon falls. A shield battery gets piled down. And it looks like that is it. It looks like this base has been broken. There is almost nothing left. There's 3 Zealots and 4 stalkers remaining. Good control out of Wayne, pulling back the weakened Ravagers. And I appreciate the initiative here by taking this ninja base and the gold and going into a charge all in, all this good stuff, but alas, it is still not enough. Not enough to overpower and overcome Wayne, as he is one of the best Zergs that Europe has to offer. And yeah, the roaches are coming in from every single angle. There is no way out. The boys are being pulled. I mean, they have to be. What else can we do? GG gets called, and Wayne takes the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. Oh, again, congratulations to Wayne. My condolences to RockEr, but again, I appreciate the style that was shown here. It is very RockEr-esque. He's known for like being a bit cheesy, cannon rushing, sky toss, all-ins. We got to see quite a wide breadth of play from RockEr, and I'm sure if you were unfamiliar with him before, you're familiar with him now. Yeah. His play was very RockEr-esque, and GG, congratulations to Wayne, as he does take down RockEr, is able to keep up, keep pace with RockEr, more importantly, get a read on what he was up to, get on top of his scouting, and yeah, react quite well. GG. Congratulations to Wayne. He will be advancing on here into the next round, and we can take this moment to have a look at the bracket to catch up on what has been going on.